Hello, hello, hello. Hey, Rody Gal. Hey, Danielle. Hey, Tia. Solo. Oh, thanks, PJ's Journey. Hey, Chris. Thanks for everybody for being patient. I'm telling you, summer vacation, my times are, hey, Michelle K. Hey, Kellyanne, are so messed up right now. I feel like, hey, Cool Gamer. I'll be frank. I feel like I just live by my children's schedule is essentially what happens during the summertime. So we had softball camp and it's just been a crazy day. So what's up on the YouTube street? Well, don't answer that. I'm a little bit scared to ask that question. Yeah, hey Pointer Lover. So we have some cases to talk about for sure. This is my face, you know, when I am like, I can't. I'll be frank. I'll be frank. You're in chat. Can you just answer me a question because there's 65,000 different rumors. Was it just yesterday that they took Dylan's phone? Because I didn't think his phone had been found yet. And I've been meaning to ask Sleuth Mom, but I haven't had a chance yet. So I'm just putting that to rest, that rumor. Oh, Danielle, it is. I leave that to Sleuth Mom. And then if you go on Facebook, it's even worse because people are like, well, I think he waited to meet up with Aiden. Okay, that's what I figured, I'll be frank. And then, like, it's like, he waited to meet up with Aiden. Okay, so he waited a whole month. And Aiden lived in the mountains for a month. Whatever. All right, let me share my screen, guys. Yeah, people just don't think. This is kind of a really tragic, awful, but it's getting very little coverage. And I noticed another YouTuber was like, can somebody please cover this case? That's what I thought, Pointer Lover. Because everybody was going crazy about this space by a barn being marked off. Well, yes, it was marked off because there was some big like concert there this weekend. So it's just funny. It's just crazy. So you see this sweet baby right here. Her name is Riley Nolan, and she is from Oklahoma. And oh, thanks, Chris. So she is from Oklahoma. Yeah, I'll be frank. Mention that to her. There's the huge thing everybody's spreading is that the phone was found and his wallet was found in a barn, and the FBI took it yesterday. And I said on the Facebook thing, well, it wouldn't surprise me if the FBI is gathering things now because of the fact that they're involved now, right? Well, my goodness, it's just silly. Yes. So this is Riley Nolan. Riley Nolan was found in a recycling bin by her grandmother's house. Passed away. And I'm covering this because of the fact that I've seen other creators. Oh, it gets worse, Danielle. Very upset that it's not being covered. So she's in Oklahoma, right? This sweet baby, 3 years old. I know. So mom and dad were in prison on neglect charges stemming from August. Okay, then. So she was with grandma. Okay, she's been with grandma. Let me just get exactly what it said. Yep, exactly. So she was with grandma. She has 2 siblings. Hey, Pamela. Oh yeah, Chris, you get it then. She was placed in there June 18th and was found the 22nd. Grandma did not notify the police because she felt that it would shock and hurt her son, the father, who was in prison for neglect. It would hurt him too much. She knew he was getting out of prison Tuesday and thought she would just wait. Yes, Solo. Exactly, Solo. June 18th this year. That's why it's so sad, and that's why people are like, hey, Vicky. The other siblings rolled over on the 18th and noticed that she was not breathing and that she had injuries to her head. So mom's still in prison on neglect charges. Mom is 6 months pregnant, currently in prison from dad. Dad gets out of prison Tuesday, and his mom says, exactly, I'll be frank, go check the recycling. So he goes, finds his daughter, calls 911. Grandma relays the story that she thought it would devastate him too much if he was in prison. So, Chris, Grandma, oh, they have to be. They have to be. Oklahoma, I know it is. And, yep, the grandma said that. Yeah. Yeah, she did, I'll be frank. Isn't that awesome? So, this is what Grandma's method of discipline was. You remember, she's 3 years old, this little girl. Grandma's 60. Mom and dad were in jail, both from neglect in August. Again, this is where we struggle. This is where I struggle, okay? Because the dad said that he thought that grandma could take care of them. So I find it sad or alarming that, and maybe she was, that grandma wasn't thoroughly looked into before the the children were just handed over, if that makes sense. I mean, typically, it's my understanding, if even as family, there's supposed to be some sort of like, okay, especially if the parents are in for neglect charges. So grandma um first lied and said she found her like that. Pamela, that's a good question. They haven't said that yet. So the siblings found her before grandma threw her away. That's why it's called tossed away, because essentially she did that. Uh, the younger sibling saw her in bed with a purple eye and bruised forehead. Court documents show they say grandma was in good health. I will show a picture of grandma. Court documents say that grandma used a whooping stick made from a wooden bed leg on her grandchildren. Police also reported bloodstains in the utility room and in grandma's bathroom. Riley had 3 separate skull fractures. Thanks, Jen. I just needed some rest. They're calling it first degree murder. and child neglect. There was a man renting the room within the house. He was questioned but wasn't charged. Yep, dad was released Tuesday. Oklahoma, is it? Well, you would know. That's what I was about to ask you. This is Grandma. Let's show a picture of old Grandma. Let's see. See Grandma. Yeah, that's what I thought. It was premeditated. I mean, you can assure. I don't know how old the other kids are, um, but I do know that. So that's Grandma. So it's alleged that the judge has said, given the fact that Grandma, oh my gosh, given the fact that mom is pregnant, right? I know, Rhodey. Yeah, mom is pregnant, 6 months pregnant with dad's baby. Dad's out of jail. Mom's still in jail. She's got 90 days in jail for a child neglect charge stemming from August. So it's the judge has recommended that the other siblings, because the father is trying to get custody back of all of them. So the judge has recommend. Oh, thanks, Rhodey Gale. Oh, I forgot about that. You're right. The the judge has recommended though that those kids go into the Human Services or Department of DHS or whatever you call it, as well as the unborn baby. I mean, gotta say, can't blame him for that because I think that's probably a good idea until we see that mom and dad have rehabilitated enough to take care of their child. Um, is it just me or does this feel what, Danielle? You're kidding me right now. You've got to be kidding me right now. What? Yeah, for sure, Pamela. I would just, because it could have been drug related. I would just hope that they are very thorough. I mean, these kids we know have been through enough. I can imagine if grandma could do that too. That's disgusting. I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted about that. Oh my gosh. If grandma could do that to her grandkid, who knows what she did to dad, if that makes sense. To just throw away your child. I don't know. I don't know. Because then I flip over, y'all, and see Rebecca, I believe it's Rudd's case, which is another case, and I'm going to tell you this case because the trial is happening right now. So Rebecca's mother had just gotten her back. Let's show you a picture of Rebecca. Yeah, so the dad did seem like very much like, I mean, in agony, devastated. I think that his mom would do that. Let me see this. And the reason I'm showing you this is because I feel like we've talked before, right? And now we can finally we can, yeah, we've talked a little bit about, what do you call it? Like a reforming of our system and stuff. Hey, LFT, so this sweet baby, she had, I'm sorry, today I'm like going slow because I'm a little bit speechless. She had a special needs. I believe she was autistic. And, let me get this off for a second. Here we go. Her mom, this trial's going on right now, y'all, had just gotten her back. Her biological mother had just gotten her back after reuniting with her. Uh, she's 16 in Ozark County, Missouri. She drugged her with hydrocodone, which, Pamela, this case, I'm going to have to look. So, well, Danielle, brace yourself. She drugged her with hydrocodone. Isn't that like a stronger form of Tylenol? Sorry, I'm not up on that stuff. It's, okay. So, Pamela, correct me if there's anything I get wrong. Mom then tries to ignite her body. Okay, narcotic pain meds. But when she gets her there to the pit, realizes she's in fact not deceased. In which case then beats her to death. And then ignites her. Oh, this is the wrong one. Hold on. Says she hit her with a long rake handle, so long that she could no longer scream. 16. And it might seem like, Parker, you put me through all these terrible children's stories, but a lot of these aren't getting any attention at all. And these things are happening. That's the thing. They're happening. Was she, Pamela? Or was he? Yeah, the defense attorney is saying that it's fantastical stories she's made up, this mother, that it's not really the case. Let's see, Savannah, who's the daughter, grew up with Tamil and David in Minnesota, but it started to change in 2010 when the adoptive couple separated. Now we do know that, that has happened. Once a teen, Savannah began acting out, the prosecutor said. He also described her as being on the autism spectrum. She self-harmed. She was diagnosed with depression and ADHD and was hospitalized twice for self-harm ideation. So it was then decided in late 2016 that Savannah would be better with her Oh, Danielle, I am really sorry. If this is too much, please just, I will understand. Go, go. Not that I don't want you here. I just don't, this is, so Pamela, the stepdad tried, so yeah, Danielle, please know your limits. Um, and Danielle, I will play for your daughter. I hope you guys realize that my whole reason, because you know I have a passion for kids, right? We've talked about this. My whole reason for Tia, I know I've had to track her down. She's been traveling the country, sharing these things is because I do think that we need to be more alert that these things are happening, right? Because it's like the see something, say something type of thing. Um, how do I say this delicately? Okay, so although the adoptive parents got separated, what's to say they weren't the best fit still? Like I know that she might have acted out. Okay, we know the 13, 14, 15-year-olds, that's the time they might act out. There's things going on at home. I get all of that. I'm sure she had some mental disorders and stuff, but mom had her for less than a year. Oh, Chris, I will join it. I will join it. Pamela, if you have the name of that group, I'll post it in our community post as well because it's from the brief amount of that I've seen of mom, she's shown very little remorse. I mean, what do you all think? What's happening? Are we just? And I don't think. And now that things have slowed a little bit with Uvalde, which is still very prevalent, but I want to reach out to Jen's friend. I think what we've talked about before, right, is that CPS is underpaid, overworked. I just I have been shocked lately. But this is one of two cases right now. Yes, Adam. This is one of two cases right now, y'all, where disabled children have been thrown away. This one and another little baby. The trials are going on right now. I do know that when COVID, yeah, so I do know when COVID hit and there was, kids were home and stuff like that. I know that CPS went through absolute because they couldn't even keep track because kids were getting lost in the shuffle. I mean, look at Ramos, the Uvalde kid. He had passed one grade in the last 3 years. Not grade, excuse me, one class in the last 3 years. When asked recently at the Senate hearing of why was no one, like, why was truancy not a thing? And the school said, well, we just, he got lost in the shuffle. Hey, X amount of words. Um, and again, we're talking about social media, the Yubo site. That kid had been kicked off of Yubo like 7 times. And the girl that kept reporting him because he was harassing her so much said that she would report and report, and no matter what, he just kept coming back. Sounds um she was a kid. So this Rebecca, back to Rebecca, was a cadet for a local fire department. Her grades were improving. The volunteers liked to have her around. The defense has characterized the adopted mother as pushing the teenager out to Rudd instead of finding relatives in Minnesota to take care of her. She's your kid. I absolutely would love to, Chris. And if you email me, my email's in the About section. I will post your link on the community page. Who knows X amount of words? Again, who knows? Cash, remember Cash Gurnan? Another example, right? Remember that was a very similar wording that we heard was those two got. I mean, we can't lose them. We can't lose these kids because they're children. Yep, exactly, Solo. Exactly. I mean, how many migrants did they just found in that truck? 46. Like, it's insane right now. It's insane. The grandmother for Uvalde is out, by the way. She was released yesterday from the hospital. But I mean, that woman's got a lifetime of healings. Oh, Adrian. Oh, Solo. And I will say, like I said, the dad for Riley said he was very, very emotional, very upset, and he did say, I just hope she didn't suffer. But then he said when he saw the details of it, like he's just a wreck, just a wreck. But like, so the defense for Savannah's the girl, is blaming the adoptive mother for pushing Savannah onto her biological mother instead of finding relatives that she could live with. Like, this is a child. I don't understand. Like, okay, I'll look for it. Pamela, it's mind blowing to me. I don't understand. But I feel like it's gotten really bad, and maybe it's just that I'm just hearing more about it in the last couple of years of kids getting lost in the shuffle. Oh, so I'll be frank. I'm not sure. So I want to say one other case. Oh, by the way, Lisa Westberry case, the one where the husband, we all kind of figured the husband might have something to do with the lawyer in Tampa. Still no new information on that. Maybe I'll be frank. I want to see if you'd seen this case. This was just came out on. So this guy right here, he's 30. He disappeared June 6th from Salt Lake City. He's 30. They do say so here's what's a little bit weird about it. His name is Cornelius Casey. They called him Boxleg. He went missing June 6th. His vehicle was discovered in Castle Rock near the Wyoming border. So that's probably like right on the border. His license plates were removed and he's not been heard from since. They said they tracked a phone conversation with Casey. He went missing and found out he had pulled cash out from the bank, but without a warrant, the bank can't hand over the video apparently. But here's what's kind of interesting. Police confirmed they processed the car and found no workable leads. They didn't find hair blood or fingerprints, not even Casey's fingerprints. Who else do we know that just disappeared in Utah who vanished without a trace, whose car was pressure washed? I'm not saying they have anything to do, but I'm saying that it's a little bit weird. The family, it's the same type of MO. The family said that they were very close. The family believes obviously a crime was committed and someone attempted to cover their tracks. The police are acknowledging circumstances are very suspicious. And there's just nothing. I will, Chris. He's just gone. Hey, Sherry. Exactly, Jen. Like, what is happening? I know, Frank. I didn't even hear about it. I just yeah, it was I think one of those on Facebook. Oh, it was on the Dylan Rounds Facebook page, and they had just posted it. And they may not be related at all, but if you understand that one little area, it's not like super, I don't know. It's just that one section is very bizarre. The thing that got me the most is that everything was wiped clean because of the fact that Dylan's car, not the inside but the outside, we know had been pressure washed, and that just means like within the last 2 months, like this Utah, that tip of the area has had 3 men missing since April. Now I know Aiden's, they don't really have it. It's just weird. It's just weird. It's just really weird. Let me see what else it says. And I also thought it was weird that his family kind of said very similar that he was his vehicle was discovered in Castle Rock near the Wyoming border with the license plates removed. That's just really weird. Where's Castle Rock? Somebody tell me. Let me see here. Castle. I'm trying to see how far it is from. So it's a distance, but it's right along that I-80 again. Yeah, it's about 8 hours, but it's oh wait, that's because I have the wrong Castle Rock. $3 hours. Yeah, I'll be frank. License plates removed, all prints, including Casey's, white, clean. There's not a print in there. Hey, Rena, 3 hours away from. I'll be frank. It's 3 hours away from Lucin. Um, and yeah, right along that I-80 again. So I'm not saying they're related. I just think it's a little bit bizarre. So I want to keep following that case for sure. because I just think that's really, really weird. Um, just vanished without a trace again, just like Dylan. And I know, like, not everybody, right, is going to be related to Dylan. There's people missing all over, but it's all right at that top of Utah. It's all that one strip. It's just really weird. And if you notice, all of them have like cars that come into play. I don't know. Considering My point is, considering the people that I don't know, considering Dylan's, if it was foul play, those people are still out there. It'd be really interesting to see if any of it lines up together. I'll be frank. Yes, thank you. Please. It's very bizarre. Very bizarre. No, Rena, did Gabby's mom? Oh, Gabby's mom spoke, right? Gabby Petito's mom. Hang on one second. I forgot about that. Hey, hold on one second. Oh, you know what? See this way. Okay, does she like speak? Like, is she taught like? Oh, this is from 2021. No wonder. Okay, here we go. All right, let me share this. Let's see what this is.
Following a grueling investigation, FBI Denver announced on Friday that Brian Laundrie is believed to be responsible for his 22-year-old fiancee Gabby Petito's murder. The FBI stated that a notebook discovered alongside Laundrie's remains revealed written statements by him that took responsibility for Petito's death. The pair had spent the summer traveling across the country in a white van together, documenting their adventures on YouTube along the way. But on September 1st of 2020, Laundrie quietly returned to his parents' home in Florida without Petito. 10 days later, her family reported her missing as the Laundrie family's lawyer advised them not.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what Gabby's mom said. According to Gabby's mom, because I can't find a video of it that actually shows it. According to her mom, she says that she's fed up and that narcissists rewrite history to escape accountability and that the truth will be revealed and justice for Gabby. Oh, Smith has not commented directly due to the lawsuit. All right, thanks, Chris Gideon. Yes, Rena, I did. She must be, Gabby's mom must just be like dying to just unleash right now. Like just let it all out. That's terrible. They do, Rena. So I did it. I'm surprised because I actually. Oh, there's a movie, Frank? Yeah, that would be. I mean, that seems pretty soon for me. I mean, not for me, but I mean, even like Shanann with the Watts, it took a while before. Oh, Lifetime. Gosh. Lifetime movie on Gabby Petito murder now filming. Uh, the movie is being directed by Thora Birch, who will also play the role of Petito's mother, but the Petito family has not publicly commented on it. Yeah, I'm gonna go with a no on that one. I don't necessarily think that. Yeah, either way, Chris. I just feel like there's tact, and then there's just downright exploiting a situation, and this is just there. I mean, there's a trial going on about it, or going to be whatever. No, it's not even been a year yet, and it just said that they're campaign. It's a campaign for women, and I get all of that. Like, I understand that that's important, but I mean, holy cow. Oh, I couldn't figure out who that was. Hey, Susie G. Rena, we just talked about a couple cases at the beginning. Riley Nolan, if you get a chance, go back and look at that case. It's crazy. And now this Casey, this missing kid, other missing kid in Utah. I'm gonna look at that. Well, Rena, I didn't think that before, but now I do. Now that I know that there's a good chance that Gabby, or not Gabby, that Roberta knew. And if what's wild to me is that if Roberta sent, so what I think might have happened was Roberta took that note, gave that note to Brian when he left. I'm thinking. I wonder, I wonder if she sent it with him when he went for a um, walk or whatever in those woods. There's another flying bug, and I wonder if they ended up finding it in the car. I think so, Susie. I mean, she told him that she would put a knife in a cake if he went to prison. I mean, that's all I can think about. They haven't revealed the extreme things that was said in there that she would help him with is in relation to Gabby. But according to the Petito's lawyer, they have concrete evidence that says that they knew about it. So, I mean, given what we know about Roberta now, yeah, I mean, lock her up. I can't determine whether or not the dad knew or not, but I would imagine so. I couldn't imagine that he wouldn't have known. Um, I still can't figure out. Yeah, I'll be frank. That's what I thought, Danielle. But some have said that they were under no obligation as long as they didn't assist him, which seems wild to me. Um, oh, Rena, for sure. I'm up in the air on whether Dad. I can't. I go back and forth. I would assume he did, but I actually thought Mom at first didn't know, and that Dad was the knew it all. But now I don't think so. Oh, I know, Susie. I know. But if it turns out that Roberta If it turns out, this is what's going to be huge. If it turns out that Roberta wrote that letter when Brian was headed back to meet up with Gabby after his flight home from Pamela, no. Yeah, just you already knew it, Pamela, basically that they knew about it. So if it turns out that Roberta gave the note to Brian before he went back to Utah, that then shows me that it was actually premeditated in my mind, because they say that he said he would uh really, I'll be frank, that's what it is. That's wild to me. Oh, you could, yeah, any opinion in here is welcomed. I don't care. People can clip whatever they want. Yeah, Solo. If they can prove premeditation and that that letter was written before he left. Well, I'm just thinking, Pamela, because at this point no one knows because the note was undated. Um, the assumption is that it was written between the time that of Gabby's death to the time of his death, but it doesn't make any sense because mom wouldn't have known. Like, why would she have written him a letter if they're right there together? Like, that doesn't make any sense. So I wondered if she thought he was going to do something stupid and wrote the letter before he went to where they found him, or if she wrote that to him to take him with, like, hey, take this letter with you while you go. Because we know that she said she would. Yes, we do, Rena. We know that she said, we don't know. Petito's lawyer said that the letter said some really extreme things that Roberta would help him with in regards to Gabby. So to me, it's like, how can he not? Yeah, maybe Susie. How can he not? So that has perplexed me a little bit because of the location of it being. So somebody helped me with it. A friend of mine, Les, did say a revolver can be done with pretty easily with both. So that's what it was. It was a revolver. I find it interesting that he went way down here to the temporal part and not up here. But so initially I was like, well, how tall is Roberta? Because if she's shorter than Brian, you know, I mean, down to up seems kind of possible. But then Les did tell me, a revolver's pretty easy to do it on both with either hands. But it is interesting. You typically wouldn't with your non-dominant hand. And even though his sister tried to say he was left-handed, we know that that ended up being not true. He is right-handed. Really, I'll be frank. Even Bertolini. Oh wow. I mean, I think Roberta could find herself in a lot of trouble. And in my mind, the Petitos, this isn't about money. They're suing for $30,000. Petitos have money. They're fine, okay? I think their big thing is they want it known that they knew because they got to live with that the rest of their life. All I know is that's big. This is big, y'all. Also, to you guys, I'm going to be doing They're suing Sophia. Exactly, Solo. That's exactly what they're doing. And actually, Solo, I will be very, very surprised if, I mean, now the judge, I guess he can't really consider that evidence. So since it, in making his decision whether to go on to trial, but I still don't totally understand Bertolino's like reasoning for bringing it out, that part of the note. There's also a half a piece of note that we haven't seen. As I was reading through the reports, there's a half note somewhere that we haven't seen. But if the FBI confiscated Roberta's letter, then I mean, to me, that says that she could be in some criminal trouble. So I don't think they're out of the water by any means. That was a bad bad way to put it. But did I get my emails? Not yet. Let me check them. I will check after I get done with this. I get so many spam all the time. But all right, y'all. Well, my husband is just about to. He just got home, and I will look at some cases, and we are gonna start the. Oh, I just got it. Okay. Holy cow! I've got a lot. Oh my gosh! I'm so sorry. I didn't check my emails yesterday at all. But we are going to look at the West Memphis case really soon. The West Memphis 3. I've got Jax is helping me with that, and Kathy Joe. They pretty much know about. I mean, you would think they're there for everything that they know, but so we are gonna have a fun week, and I guess this isn't. I mean, I guess it's fun. It's talking about this stuff. But please, if you guys have cases, if you find interesting things, please send them my way. And I'll keep updating you on Dylan as I find out from Sleuth Mom. Again, that case, she's doing a great job with that. I know her. She's interviewed. Okay, thank you. Oh my gosh, Rena. Yes, every time. Every time. Yes, every time. It's awful. All right, guys, we'll talk to you later. Have a good one.